Here we go! So the writing is far away. Show 1.
Episode 1, guys.
Episode 1.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Fireside Face Masks at 4.
Ooh. That's a good year. What are you drinking for our first? This is our maiden voyage. Our first episode. Yesterday was more of a, we just threw it together and then it happened. And
this is very serious.
This is the one we've actually.
A lot of production design.
We've booked
Very
guests
expensive.
for the next 4 or 5 days.
Months.
We have guests today. We have Luisa.
With Luisa.
D'Oliveira.
Lenny's going to always announce the guests because he doesn't know how to pronounce anybody's name.
True. And so today is Luisa D'Oliveira.
Yep.
Also Tasya Teles.
Mm-hmm.
That was correct, right?
That was
and Adam, I don't know his last name because Burrows. So we have those 3 guests. Also, we can tell you tomorrow's guest.
We'll let you know at the end of the.
We'll let you know at the end.
episode. Yeah, but so we're just we went for a walk today.
Yeah.
We did that.
What are you drinking?
I have a Cold Buster juice.
Oh.
It's like apple, a lot of cayenne, lemon, ginger. What are you having?
Chocolate milk almond.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate almond milk.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we'll start every show with is, how you guys doing?
How are you doing?
How's everybody feeling? How's everybody's mental and physical well-being on day 4 of self-isolation, quarantine, pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
Bonjour, yes. We have some people coming up in the next week or so.
Where's the face masks? Really good question. So we didn't put face masks on today because we had them on yesterday, but
I don't want to overmask.
and we don't want to overmask. You shouldn't overmask.
Also, when they say wear your face mask,
so we just washed our faces and we wore flannel instead.
when they say wear your face mask, I assume they're meaning the ones you wear when you're traveling. Like regular skincare face mask is no longer.
Oh no, yeah, we were talking
The
about
end thing.
skincare. That's
What are we doing with this table?
I'm doing an oil mask in my hair, though. I put grapeseed oil throughout my whole hair. I find that it helps keep it greasy.
Lucy
looking.
guest. Hi, Lucy. What are we doing at this table? This was your
I
thing.
just like the table for the top of the hour, because it's more formal. I can put my hot Cheetos here.
But you could also just put it
I
in.
have this booklet.
But then now we're going to have our first guest.
When we have guests, we'll remove the table
While
to make it more
it's
cozy.
going to be
It's
okay.
more cozy that way. Should we bring on the first person?
Yeah, so now we're going to move the table.
Yeah. It really helped for the beginning.
Okay. Guys, like we said, this is our first official show. Yesterday was just, we just threw it together. Yep. And each day it's going to change and get a little better or worse. I don't know.
So many options. We have Belush here with us.
Oh, can you guys see Belush?
Yeah, you can see Belush.
We have Belush, we have some trinkets, we have the words we live by, and we got married to.
What? Oh,
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
We have a crystal.
Yeah.
We have a
Oh, do you guys
turtle.
Do you guys ever
from
meet
Hawaii.
Glaber Torres? Glaber Torres, we got him in Hawaii. Some of you might know Glaber.
Yeah. We have some Leo awards, just in case
Glaber
you
Tortoise.
forgot that I won some.
Yeah.
We have this chair backing that says my name. It also implies that I'm a director.
Yep.
So we have a variety of things. We're going to see if our first guest is here and available.
Is she here? Is she here?
Sure.
We should have.
She's
oh,
here.
there she is. All right, let's. Oh yeah, hold on. We're going to bring in our first guest. Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you?
First official guest ever.
That's right.
She is.
Guys,
Yay!
It's on.
First guest.
First
Hold on a
guest.
sec. How you guys doing?
Sure as it's a big piece of pie. That's amore.
Yay! Woo! Also, Fireside.
You're Fireside. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
Fireside.
Was that a bunch of
Fireside.
lights? What is happening back there?
It's pretty bright, isn't it? It's a bunch of candles.
Oh, you lit like,
Oh,
oh
I
wow.
like
yeah,
it.
looks
I
like
light a bunch of
Fireside.
candles.
really nice. Do you have a glass of juice, milk, wine, anything?
Any
I have
beverage.
a Earl Grey.
That's good.
Great. That's
I
good.
have an Earl Grey. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
our
you for
first
coming
guest
on the show.
on the inaugural Fireside Chat Face Mask
So
4
face masks.
is
Four.
Luisa D'Oliveira.
There you go.
That's perfect. That's exactly right.
That's
How
This
do you
guy-
actually pronounce your last name?
D'Oliveira.
Mhm.
D'Oliveira. But you know what? There's a lot of D'Oliveiras in the world, so I wouldn't be surprised if other
Where
ones.
is it getting Oniero from?
I don't know. He's been saying it different ways all day.
Good to know.
Yeah, and you're not the only one. It's pretty much every single person
Yeah.
that's coming up
Yeah.
on the show at some point or another.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's not an easy one.
so welcome to the show.
So what have
Hi
you
guys.
been up to
How
over the
are
weekend?
you?
How are you? How are you? What are you doing at home to, occupy your time other than joining us here and lighting all those candles?
Well, yeah, I've been at home mostly, did a couple grocery runs to kind of stock up, which felt good to get that done. And everyone is pretty calm for the most part in the stores, but, determined. They're getting their stuff and getting out of there.
Are you in Vancouver?
I'm in Vancouver.
So you're in
Yeah.
Vancouver.
And ironically, we've had some of the nicest days.
The weather
had-
is
yeah.
amazing.
Gorgeous.
It's
weather.
amazing
We did a
weather.
nice little hike through the woods this afternoon. It was nice.
Amazing.
It couldn't be
Yeah.
more beautiful outside, and you can go outside.
Yeah, Richard
Yeah,
texted
you
us
can.
earlier saying, "Oh, of course, the nicest week ever." And Mom's like, "You can go outside, you can still." I don't think he knew that he was allowed outdoors.
You just keep a bit of distance and
Just don't lick people. Just
yeah.
Dickie's a big
I think
licker.
that's it. You're allowed to go outside as long as you don't lick people.
Right.
I think
So-
that was the official recommendation.
That's what I heard.
Right.
I heard Trudeau say that this morning, actually.
So you
As far as-
are in isolate. Are you by yourself? Are you with
Yeah, what do you
your
got going on over
significant?
there?
No, Jez and I, for those who don't know, my longtime boyfriend Jez and I, we're here. We live together. We're here together. So we spend a lot of time together already. So this is nothing new.
This is nothing new.
This is-
This is nothing new.
Yeah, this is-
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're good.
How are you
And
feeling
I'm-
about this whole thing? Are you in a state of? Do you have hope that it's going to move on and go forward? Are you kind of getting comfortable? We're getting a little comfortable. We don't like people that much, anyways. We basically would just sit around, do hikes, binge watch television, eat a lot of food. We're kind of in our zone.
We are. I mean, other than the terrifying idea of
The realness of
going outside and getting really ill, and people that we care about being sick. But we're lucky that we kind of got stuck in Vancouver. We feel really fortunate that we ended up here because my parents are upstairs. So it's we have some friends actually that we're going to be talking to next week on the show who were in other places, in other countries now, and are now there for a while. So we're going to check it out and see how that's going. But you're at home, so
I'm at home. I mean, I'm lucky, and I think pretty much my whole family's here at home at their respective homes.
Right.
So no one that I know that's really worrying position. Although I do have some friends who work in healthcare and who work at the airports, and some of them are sick and they're not sure what they're sick with. So
We should try to talk to someone who works at the airport. Yeah, some of the jobs, everyone is kind of being quarantined or isolated, but there are people who their job is to take care of those that are going through this every day. So their jobs are a little more hectic.
That's
people are being called to actually, what they have to do in the hospitals and
Mhm.
airports and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why if we're not involved in that, it's our job to get the hell away from.
Stay out of the way and
Yeah,
don't get
exactly.
people sick.
Stay away from so that
Yeah.
they can actually do things. We have
Yeah.
We have questions. We're going to go through some
I have
stuff.
questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing to get your relaxation? Are you trying to do exercise? We talked about yesterday. Jess has been doing morning bar classes that they're live streaming.
Yeah, and someone just asked, are we in quarantine or are we in self-quarantine? That's a very good question. We're in self-quarantine. We're self-isolating, I think is the technical
But we still went
term.
out and went food shopping 2 days ago, or yesterday.
Yeah, but quarantine, from what I've now read, when you're saying that you're quarantined, it's because you are feeling ill or
Right.
you have been out of the country.
Right.
So Lenny literally just arrived a few days ago.
I should be in there.
So he is technically supposed to be under like a quarantine situation, but he drove and wasn't in contact with anyone. So
Right.
it's a bit different than being on the plane, but we're not leaving the house. So yes, we are in. There's a spider.
Wait,
No, we're bringing it outside, guys. This is unprecedented
we'll
on the
bring it
show.
outside. I'll put it
Be
under
a
that.
part of the show.
All right, so what are
We
you?
saw a snake earlier too.
Just so you guys know, real things happen on the show. A spider tried to come in and hang out with us, but we didn't allow that.
Wasn't happening.
So what are you
It's hard to
doing?
get on your
It's tough.
What are you doing for
Relaxing.
mental relaxation? Let's get
Yeah,
some of
do
these.
you have
in the
any
way.
recommendations for everyone?
Yeah, I think exercise in your place is good. I like your bar idea. I started doing some
Yeah.
of my own videos I have. Using my kitchen counter,
Yes.
put my leg right up on there, and
Yeah,
Can
I
go
use
with
an
that.
uneven chair, so it kind of rocks. So you have to steady yourself even harder.
right, extra
Extra balancing.
discipline.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you
Some-
meditate or anything like that?
No, I mean, as you guys know, I'm a pretty like low key
You're pretty low key.
kind of person. So
Yeah, that's
maybe
your groove.
that's
That's
yeah,
your sweet spot.
kind of live there. But I've been learning more piano because this is a
That
good
was
opportunity.
questions.
Oh, was
Well-
it?
Yeah, it was. Are you musical and can you
Yes.
prove it?
Yeah, I could prove it. I can prove it right now.
Prove it right now.
Okay.
Maybe Jess is Jess there. He must be there. Could he back
No, he actually went out to get some fresh air and play tennis with a friend, which is good distance.
That's great.
Tennis is
distancing.
also-
That's a lot of distance.
Yeah, and then you wash your hands.
Your boyfriend Jez is a musician,
That's right.
so
Yeah.
that must be nice to have. Where he's probably you can play some music together and the piano.
We're gonna have to have you back on. We'd like you to prove it right now that you can play the piano.
Okay.
Or attempt,
I can do it.
but then we'll have to have you back on, and the two of you can duet
Oh yeah, because
for the
Yeah,
people.
sure. This
There's
is
a
good.
lot
I
of-
mean,
there's a lot of various Instagram shows going on, and John Legend did a bit of a concert yesterday, and there was
Did a
music
set.
involved, and
We did a whole set.
we don't have neither one of us have any music
We
ability,
have nothing,
which is kind of
but we have the ability to get people like you to FaceTime us
nice.
on the internet
Our first guest has
and play.
and prove ours. First, let's just show this great photo right here.
Excellent.
Oh my God,
That's right
beautiful.
next to the piano. Great. For instance,
That and some hockey gear,
and we threw,
but it's
we threw
packed up and not too right now.
we did. What are you gonna play for? No, just surprise us. Or if you'd like to set it up, then do that too.
I'll just play. I got a song. I'll play a song. And I'm sure you'll recognize it. And then I'll show you what I'm doing.
Musical guest.
I love it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Bye.
Table's yours.
You must recognize.
It's
Is it that?
David. No.
Yeah.
Irish singer.
Is it the heavy guy?
No. What? It's This Year's Love in Italy, right?
Yeah. This year's love, David Gray.
David
Oh,
Gray.
David Gray.
Keep playing.
Keep going.
So there we go. Musical.
You gonna sing too?
Do you guys know the song?
No.
I do, but I
No.
can't sing. And I don't think I know the words.
I'll sing a verse.
This is playing piano.
Yeah.
Way to go, Luisa D'Oliveira.
FYI for people, I was at karaoke recently with Jess, but I didn't hear enough of your singing, Jess.
It was pretty good.
I heard you sing a lot that night.
Yeah, she got there.
She doesn't sing when I'm around.
I missed the show. Okay, I'll sing a verse.
Okay.
Sing a verse.
This year's love is here to last. Heaven knows it's high time. I've been waiting on my own too long. When you hold me like you do, it feels so right. Oh, now I start to forget how my heart gets scared when that hurt gets wrong. Feeling like I can't go on. There it is.
Very
So I proved it.
Very nice. Yes, you are wonderful. You proved it.
I love the fact that we brought it up. This wasn't pre-planned. We didn't say to Luisa,
No, we had no idea. No.
here's a chance. I actually thought about doing that. Maybe we should give you some. We didn't do like pre-interview stuff, which they really normally do.
Which is crazy.
But I love that we brought it up. You did it without being like, no, I don't really. And then you actually sang along.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. That's like the one song I can sing and play. So that's it. That's all I got. That's everything.
That was great. Did everyone enjoy that?
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of clapping I saw.
That was great.
Oh,
Oh my God, look at you singing. You know what?
I gotta say, if anyone is in, in isolation, which most of us are, this is a good time to learn an instrument.
Yes, or a language. Do you think you'd be okay? Like, I feel like.
I tried guitar a few years ago, and I'm not musical.
No.
I think I'm just gonna work on my dancing.
You guys are great dancers.
Yeah, but I want to really dig deeper into the abstract part of my dancing. So I'm gonna start doing that every few days.
Every few.
Are you going to put a segment on the show of that?
Maybe we might just have separate dance shows. Who knows?
Yeah.
Multiple shows.
That was fantastic.
I mean,
that was really great. Doing more fun.
We'll have to get you and the man back
Yeah,
on.
we need you guys together.
And see if maybe you guys work on a song, and then in 2-3 months, we'll have you. No, 2-3 weeks. All right, we'll just fire off a few questions. How are you dealing with life? Musical, yes. What do you miss most? It's only been about a week. About
real life.
Real life.
Not that this isn't, but like before life.
Unrestrained life.
I don't know. It's like, the weirdest thing is that our whole industry is shut down.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of adrift, waiting. I mean, most industries are getting shut down unless they're essential, but this adrift feeling of not really knowing where things are going is a little weird, for sure.
And it's weird timing. Excuse me.
You okay?
Pardon. Oh no. And
See, every time anyone coughs, it's like, what is that? Oh God, what is?
It was hot Cheetos. It was hot Cheetos, in fact. But I
She'll
did
go
cough.
quick too. Her immune system is not great. She will.
But it's weird for us because the 100 finished filming right when this happened. So right when all the other shows were told to shut down, we were actually already shutting down. So like we already knew we were gonna have some time right now, but now it's weird to walk. It's always weird to walk away from a show especially one that you've done for this long, and then to just sit inside and think about that.
Right.
Is kind of odd too, because our show's not going to go back up like when everyone else is pitched back up and things kind of.
And you want to be moving on to the next job, but we don't know when that's
going to be. Yeah.
Speaking
of, for you guys, the next job is Fireside Chats.
That's right. We're already in it. That's right.
Obviously, let's quickly talk about the 100 because obviously that's what most people are tuning in for. You played Amori. That's the song. I came up with that too. That's pretty good, right?
Really,
how are you feeling?
Really excited about that.
How are you feeling about it being over? What will you take away from it? What was your favorite thing? Just a quick, say something to the fans if you want. They're watching.
It was like the best professional experience of my life, and lots of tears and lots of happy tears, and it was wonderful. And I love Amori. I love her journey. It's been
one of my favorite.
She really was one of the best characters.
Yeah, I dug her. What?
It's crazy the way that she evolved over the seasons. It was so fun to play. It was awesome. And I really appreciate it to everyone who's been such a fan of her.
You and Murphy's, like Amori and Murphy's, those characters just had such a wonderful evolution in their story arc over the years. I feel like a lot of times I hear when they ask other actors which characters they would like to have played if they weren't playing their own. I feel like I hear yours quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the two of you, like together too, because you also, as people, are, and this is no surprise, the best people on the show. Like, you are like the best two humans that we have, and every other human.
Are you saying Richard Harmon is one of the best humans on
is
the
what
show?
I've heard. I don't agree with the statement, but I've heard these sorts of things.
Sachin
and
agrees.
Sachin's missing too. Oh, and Jared and all the other actors.
That's really great. You know what? I've never gotten to do a character longer than, I think I did like 2 or 3 seasons, but that arc and the growth and getting to, you know, you can look back at where you were in the beginning, or how you auditioned for this and what you thought was going to be something small and it ends up bigger or longer. You know, I don't know how many episodes. You know,
crazy.
Crazy. When did you start? Which season?
End of 2. End of 2. It was
and
one
when
episode.
You came on, was it something specific? Like, was it going to be a short thing, or?
It was one episode in the desert and parted ways after that. Potential to reoccur. Potential. Nice. That's what it. And then.
Yeah, Richard's in the room. You and Dickie were great together. I love that. That's one of my favorite TV couples. I throw it up with the Pam, the Diane and Sam and Diane, the Ross and Rachel.
Wow.
That's pretty big company.
Sam, Ross and Rachel,
Amori Murphy.
Wow.
I put it up there. Definitely top 5.
We can say that. I mean, we own the network that we're broadcasting.
Right, that's true. You can say.
Yeah, so we can. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, you are in that.
Yeah,
good for you.
All right, let's see. Let's
movie recommendations.
Movie recommendations during the
What's your favorite movie ever, and what do you recommend for people to be like binging right now?
Oh, well, I love Good Will Hunting. That's one of my favorites, but I feel like everybody's seen that. But I would recommend a rewatch. It's awesome.
That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Watch Avatar again, because it's amazing. It's just an adventure, and go escape and go on another planet.
I watched it.
That's a good one.
I rewatched it when Disney Plus came out about, what was that, 3 months ago, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We could do it again. I mean, I told you that. It's still very good. Yeah, there's 9 sequels coming.
Yeah. They've been coming for about a decade now. So
there's about a decade, and it's do one, take 10 years off, do 8 more.
Yeah.
By 2032, we'll be all avatared up. So
they'll span our whole entire lifetime, which will be great. We can get one.
Never shut down. This actually shut down, so we're still never getting.
Wow, James Cameron.
They're probably just about to start too, and then.
Yeah.
What's your go-to binge watching show? A friend of ours is doing The West Wing for the first time. We've been we were doing ER before. Wow. You've been doing The Office for the 5,000th time.
All of time. We're doing Hillary right now.
We're doing Hillary and Curb.
And Curb, yeah.
What have you been chopping off the list or rewatching?
You know what? I was kind of going through some Gilmore Girls. It's been a long time since.
I never watched
that's light. It's light.
It's light. It's fun.
Yeah, it's hard to watch dark stuff when real life.
They're isolated to that weird small town, so there's something familiar about that. Yeah.
It's kind of like one big Hallmark movie that just never really ends.
It is. But yeah.
I know it's enjoyable.
That's
West Wing. I was trying to find that recently. I had started going through it, and then it disappeared from everything. So maybe it's back.
It was on
Netflix,
but I feel like, is it off? I feel like I saw someone complaining about it. West Wing is one of my top 2 or 3 favorite shows of all time. I've watched it 4 or 5 times now. It's also a comfort show to me, especially in this time, but also it's just everything about it is so good. So
You know what else? If you haven't watched The Boys on Amazon, it's only one
We have?
season.
We actually have.
And we have
Thank you for that.
one of the stars of The Boys will be on the show
tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Chantel.
Nice.
Chantel
Van Santant.
That's a great segment.
She's his friend, and he still doesn't know how to pronounce.
She plays the wife of Carl Urban's character.
Oh, okay.
She shows up at the
She has the baby. No spoilers.
Spoiler.
Ooh.
Huge spoiler. She plays the wife, and then in season 2, we'll see. She might be back.
The Boys.
But then she's also
I would.
Mankind. So yeah, thank you for
and For All Mankind.
softballing that in there for us.
For All Mankind, Apple TV.
That was a good setup. And now we're gonna have Adam Burrows as our next guest. Do you have anything you'd like to say to Adam before we have him join?
I'm looking forward to seeing every single one of his photos over the last 7 years. Please and thank you.
Ooh, right, he takes pictures. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
I'll
push him.
Do you have anything more? I mean, do you have anything to do you have anything to
There's nothing
Just
you really want to
promote? What are you promoting? What new things are going on? Are you going to be playing?
Well, I'm going to promote dinner time with your loved ones. Sit down at the table, make a nice dinner. Really enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's like in the old days, Just you're stuck inside and enjoy each other's company. I think that's a good thing to promote.
That's a great promotion.
And learn a new skill.
I like the idea of the piano thing. I think, well, first of all, you're our first guest ever.
Yeah.
Officially.
Very special.
Like in other instances, now you have an always welcome pass to the show because you were the first one on. Like I think Tom Hanks did it for Conan once, and then whoever. So we're gonna have you back on again, maybe a week or two, and either we see an improvement to the song, or you have a new song. Maybe it would be amazing if she just came out like if she was playing it down today, like, and then later on she was like, Beethoven and shit.
Well, you've got a week or so to prepare.
I got a week or two.
We'd love to have you back on with Jazz as well, and a musical like duo.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a duo or something like that. We'll see. We'll mess around and see what we.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. We look forward to the new season of The 100. It finished, so at least it can still come out.
That's right, May 20th. Yeah.
Congratulations on that series. You were fantastic on it. One of my favorite characters, and that's without even knowing you until now.
Thanks, Lenny. Appreciate that.
I love you.
That's a little to the writers too.
Oh,
love you guys.
Love you, Louise.
Are you playing her out?
I'm going to play you out.
Oh, here we
go. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Hi, Louise. Bye. Stay safe.
You too. Stay safe.
We love you.
All right.
Okay.
First guest down. First guest down. Now, are we going?
No, we've got a second guest. We're gonna go right into it. From here on out, we're gonna do 2 guests an episode.
Yeah, today.
So that they have more time.
We were also being like, we'll do 3, forever. And that was a nice 25-minute. Yeah. Who are we going to next?
We've got the
Adam?
one and only Adam Burrows.
Oh, there he is. Oh, wait. All right, here's, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the show.
Live.
Adam Burrows.
Hi.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Hey. Hi. Oh, I like this song.
Adam's song.
Hi.
Hi, long-time viewer, first-time caller. Hi.
Adam Burrows.
How's it going?
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, thanks. You can't really, hold on.
Oh, wait, he's got visuals?
But I'm going to have to adjust the camera. Just give me a sec. Let me see what I can do here. I don't know.
So, this is Adam Burrows. Why don't you tell us you can tell us, what do you do? What do you do, Adam?
I'm just, I'm a cameraman.
You're a cameraman?
Yeah, I get to
He
work on
films
the
this guy.
100 with Jess. That's how we know each other, and it's great.
Real
What are
quick,
you eating?
how are you
Oh,
doing?
Quill's here. Hey, Quill.
How are you doing?
How are you
Well, I
doing?
got to turn my
Oh, God.
fire down. It's really loud.
Yeah.
Oh, this fire's too loud.
Typical.
How are you feeling? How are you doing? How are you mentally and physically?
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel really good. Thanks.
Okay.
Your beard looks
Mentally, I was really prepared, like Luisa said, very prepared to just do this. So
Yeah.
I feel good about it. You know, it's unfortunate that these are the circumstances that we all have to do them in. But again, convenient that we wrapped our show, and this was my plan anyhow. So
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you would have kind of been down.
Oh, you have a Caesar.
Oh, are
Yeah,
back in
you know.
Caesar?
Very nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I
I'm
did
gonna fill up-
grocery shopping yesterday.
Great.
And,
What'd you get?
Like, you know what's funny? I got a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables because none of that is sold out. All this stuff that's
Yeah,
sold
I've
out is
noticed
like,
that. My favorite thing about isolation shopping or pandemic shopping is you really get a good idea of what people will not eat no matter what.
yeah,
Like there's like a beet stew that's always there, or a coconut. Oh, refill.
classic
Here we
beet
go.
stew.
Hold on. Blue Diamond Almond Breeze chocolate milk. That's enough. Oh, thank you.
that is the stuff. I
This
got
section of
some.
the show is brought to you by Blue Diamond.
Do you ever have
Chocolate.
cereal with chocolate almond breeze?
No, not
No,
chocolate
we
almond
don't
breeze.
eat
Oh yeah, do it with the chocolate.
Oh, I
Change
haven't
your
had
life.
cereal in years.
We're adults.
It's next level stuff.
Real
So-
quick, your beard is looking very neat and trimmed.
Thanks.
So you're
You know,
saying top-
I've had a lot of free time on my hands.
Great.
Mm.
So
I
what have you
assumed
been
it would
doing?
be. I assumed it would be wild.
Very good.
Yeah.
I've been good. Hold on, I'm using a jar to prop myself up.
Nice.
Cool.
Life's been good. It's you know, everybody's freaking out, but also there's still people like walking around on the streets and nobody's freaking out. So it's very strange. It's a
Yeah.
weird
Well,
thing
Vancouver's
that like
also-
you.
It's like freak out or like nothing.
Yeah.
Vancouver's
Do you guys
pretty
listen to the
spread out,
radio?
too.
Do people still listen to the radio? Is that a thing?
I
No.
listen to. We have Sirius.
If I was in the car,
I listen to CBC quite a lot. Anyone who's not in Canada, that's our like Canadian broadcasting center.
that's right.
And they you know, they have their conversations about the coronavirus, but it's also still like we need to also just keep people entertained so they don't talk about it as much as I would have guessed. Like the news is pretty much where that line ends, which is kind of nice.
You have to keep giving people the information they need, but also you want to have some normalcy and like
Yeah.
let people not be thinking about. You need some lightness. You need some. I mean, the music is what you need to distract and
You know,
relax.
I gotta say, I'm like, this is the first time I've ever used like a website like a YouTube video fireplace.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
It's nice, right? Yeah.
See?
It's actually been on for like, I don't know, probably like a few hours already.
Since
So
I
it's-
told you to go find something to put in the background.
Yeah, pretty much. When I got home, I was like, better get that done. And found
you
it
find-
really easy to find. Oh yeah, YouTube like fireplace, and there's like, this one's like 12 hours
Oh,
long.
they have the New Year's one. Yeah, they have like you can do
There's the one with Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman,
Where he sits there and drinks whiskey for like
49 minutes, I think, and it just reads.
And then it loops, but he just sits there drinking whiskey and he stokes. There's a fire
It's
beside
his
him.
U-log, yeah.
It's
Oh,
sat there for like
that's
a few hours
amazing.
doing
That'll
it.
be the
Yeah.
one I have next time I come on.
That's a nice one.
Do you find, I've noticed that I've been talking to my FaceTiming more in the last couple of days than I have probably all year.
Yeah.
And because there's just so much more time. Jess has done wine at 5 with a bunch of her friends just 2 days in a row. I
Yeah.
find that I'm FaceTiming people. Do you find you're communicating
Happy hour.
more with your loved ones or friends or?
Yes, I definitely am. Like when people are texting me, I'm just like, screw this, I'm gonna just call, and I just call, and they're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, you know, I'm just sitting at home and there's nothing else I can be doing, so figured I would just FaceTime you. But yes,
Yeah.
I have like a list of all the people that I actually nerdily wrote a list of like all the family members I want to call and like everyone I want to have like a good conversation with. Like now's a great time. I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You have
It
nowhere.
is nice.
When we were trying to get people
I mean,
to
it's
do
not
the
nice,
show,
but like it's nice for
yeah,
like that.
making the best of a tough situation. When we were trying to get people to do the show, or people have been asking.
Everyone said yes.
But it's funny because I'm like, hey, do you want to do it Friday or Saturday or Sunday? And in your mind, whenever you ask that someone in a normal everyday situation, there's always the opportunity of, oh, I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. But now there isn't.
Only one person
everybody
actually
said
asked
yes.
me what day. I was like, can you do it next week? Can you come on the show? And they're like, sure, which day? Which is a normal thing to ask so that they just know what day that something is happening in their life. But only one person asked, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Tuesday, I guess? We'll pick
This was the only thing I had scheduled today. Like,
I'm having trouble keeping track
no
of the
problem.
days, too.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
We're really happy to have you.
Are you?
So what are you doing to, like, just expand your time or?
Yeah.
What are you doing to pass it? Louisa's pianoing.
I know, she is. I have a
piano.
piano, but I haven't really been, I'm out of practice. So I'm like, again, this has nothing to do with coronavirus, but like, my plan was to like not hang out with people for a week anyway. Like, so now I'm like, cool, I'm gonna like do yoga and play piano and like read some books and like listen to music. Yeah, and I listened to a podcast, and it was, the guy was talking about like how people just like, remember like, we're around the same age. Like, remember when like you were younger and like you got a CD, like a new CD, you'd go home and you would just listen to that CD and do like, just listen. Okay. And the guy was talking about, it was about classical music, and he was talking about like listening to this like orchestra for 45 minutes. He's like, just put on your headphones and like lay on your couch and just try and like imagine like this music. You're like, yeah. So I did that yesterday with like there's a symphony called the Planets by I don't know the guy's first name, but Holst. And it's like 7 planets. He did like a 7 or 8 minute like piece of music for each one, and they're all wildly different. And you listen to it, it's like 48, 49 minutes long. And you just like, I just like laid there with my eyes closed and listened to it. It was great. Good day.
Yeah, well, because I think that's a great, that was your big day. That's what we used to do. Like, I used to spend a lot of, that Caesar looks delightful, by the way. Well done. You used to just like go outside and play as a kid or whatever. It like builds a fort out of sticks and nothing. Yeah. Now, because we have the iPads and all of this business, kids are like always doing something like that, and their attention spans are literally just gone at this point. So I can't even imagine a child sitting for an hour to listen to something.
Yeah. And it's funny, like often when we're like working those like long, like during this season when we're working and it's like a huge week and whatever, on like Saturday morning I come home, or like whatever, I wake up and or show up at home on Saturday morning, and I just like kind of like make a coffee and just kind of like sit on my couch for a minute and like just stare at the wall.
Yeah. A
couple of times people will call me and be like, what are you up to? And I'll be like, nothing. Like literally nothing, like staring at the wall, or like the like, the TV turned off, like nothing.
Just staring at the wall. Is that just something you normally do when you have time off of work, or is this like 100 specific? Because apparently Jason's been watching. So would you like to direct that comment directly?
Jason's watching.
Your boss is in.
Ooh. Hey Jason. Hey man, miss you.
Wait, did we ever talk about having Jason on the show?
I find it's like you guys, like I like to be on my own.
You like to bake bread too on your days off, right?
Yeah. Actually,
you made a really good for Dickie's Thanksgiving.
That's another thing. You can't see it, but this is like my bread starter. It's so bright. Bread starter.
Jason just said hi to you, Adam, your boss.
Hey Jason. I'm like not watching that stuff at all.
Hey, real quick, he's not your boss anymore. Do you really want to tell him how you feel?
No, Jason, great show, great writing, super fun to work with. And thanks for having me on that show.
That guy, he just said you saved his ass on the finale.
Me, I did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm flattered. I don't know how that's possible, but I appreciate that.
I liked the finale. Hey, what's your favorite? I've asked people to write questions in to have on the show, and everyone always wants to know what our favorite season is. And someone asked you specifically, what was your favorite episode of this year? Without giving away.
Oh, that's hard.
Spoilers.
I literally can't say anything, otherwise it's giving it away.
Jason says good pulling. I know. You can't. I know it's really hard. You can't say anything.
How about previous seasons?
That's a really favorite episode of previous seasons.
Which season do you like the best?
Oh, okay, favorite season. I would say I really liked season 2, like Mount Weather.
Yeah.
That was
I
like
season 2, yeah.
That was before I ever worked on the show, and I was like, my buddy told me about the show that was like, he's like, it's like a teen drama, but it's like good sci-fi, and I was like, cool, and I'm into sci-fi, and I was like, all right, I'm into that, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is like, I'm down with this, like, this is good, and then season 2 was already out, so I was like, got caught up, started watching season 2, and I was like, oh no, it got better, and like, I like the drama of Mount Weather. I think that was good stuff.
I think that's what
Hard
I
life
thought
choices.
for a lot of people, yeah, because it kind of changed. Like,
when do you show up?
I show up season 3.
Oh.
When did you show up? 4?
I did like some of season 4, and then but like I was just like out day calling because like I don't know if you remember that season, but like everyone was getting super sick, and like the flu went around or something. I don't know.
I get so many people got every sick year, so probably
yeah. But season 4, but season 5 is when I like fully worked on the whole season. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been.
I noticed the focus in season 5 and on was much better.
Would you say better?
Yeah, just crisper.
Ooh.
Crisp footage.
Crisp, focused footage.
Yeah. Yeah. Sharper.
I enjoyed the look of the first few, but
slightly.
They
like
were
you had your
slightly
contacts out.
blurred. So wait, what is
Slightly. Maybe that could be like
That's
you guys
so
are
slightly.
as well.
Yeah.
Who did what?
What's going on? What's going on here?
I was just seeing.
You guys are.
We have
see it, but you're like amongst. You guys are amongst my plants.
Oh, okay.
Like they're all like you're on the shelf above plants.
Should we ask Jason if he'll do the show?
Jason.
Oh,
Should
you
we put him on the
should.
spot?
I feel like Jason. You know,
Maybe
everybody's
we'll have
got
to get
nothing but
Jason
time,
the whole
right?
episode.
We can have a whole episode.
Really
See.
dig in.
That's
I'm
better.
gonna have to do some prep for that.
Oh, this is nice. Look at
Yeah.
you finding a nice angle.
Very
Look,
good.
I'm
Where
like-
was that the last 4 years?
Between
So-
two
Fire
plants,
off a bunch
right?
of questions
We-
too.
Oh, and Luisa wanted us to ask you if you could send the photos that you took all year.
Yes,
you have time.
that's another thing. Like I took so many photos. This is like, I feel like this is now that the cat's out of the bag. Like all the fans are gonna be like, send us your photos.
Yeah, you're
no,
screwed.
you can't send any.
I'm sure. I feel like generally that's how they speak. I don't know.
That is exactly. Collectively they do sound. I like that. Yeah.
like chamber wailing. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
medieval.
He did
kind
the
of stuff.
countdown pics. Yeah, for those who don't know, a lot of
Oh yeah.
a lot of the
Adam
photos
took the
Adam has
photos
taken. Yeah,
for
some really
the
good
Yeah, the countdown photos are pretty cool. I still have to develop the last ones from the last couple days, which I think are going to be like some of the coolest ones.
They look pretty
But
good.
yeah, I
It
got
is
yours.
especially
Yours are
having
great.
to
Did
do
I
them
show you
very
yours?
quickly. What?
Sorry, what did you go? You go.
I'll go. I'll take this. I was just saying for people out there, we had to do them very quickly in the last couple of days as well because the season, with everything that happened, we had to pull up days to finish quickly. So when you see the photos, just a heads up. That's why.
They're all
I feel like
pretty
people
much
like
from like
look
the last.
into that. Yeah, they like get like they try to like find who's missing and who is like literally nothing to do with any of that. Adam took all of them on one day because he works that way.
Yeah, there's no spoilers in the photos, guys.
There's no spoilers.
None.
Don't read too much into it. I just
There's no
said
spoilers.
hold the thing and I'll take your photo.
Yeah, pretty much. We have some questions for you.
Yeah.
We asked you how you're dealing with life. Number 2, episode 2. I'm gonna skip to 2. Are you musical? And if so, can you prove it?
Yes, I can. No.
Okay,
No.
sorry.
Yes, I am, and but again, like I said, I'm out of practice.
You are
I'll play something for you.
musical.
I don't care. Come here.
I saw
We're
you
gonna-
playing the
like it.
piano.
Come here,
Or
like
I
you
heard
have to
play
do
the
anything.
piano.
Oh man, every guest plays an instrument.
This is my
Everyone play an
We're
instrument.
setting a real
look,
precedent.
There's
studious
some chords, great.
piano chords.
Oh, look at this guy, you nerd.
Yeah,
You're
right.
a
Okay,
piano
so here's
nerd,
the
bitch.
piano.
We're gonna get 2 songs.
This is really exciting.
Okay, it's not really it's a bit of a song. All right. Can you
Wait,
name
did
this
you make
too?
this song up?
I did not.
Great, even better.
I
Yeah,
haven't,
no
I
one
haven't
wants
made
an
up any
original.
songs.
They just want you to cover something.
No one wants to-
I can probably do that. Okay, let's see.
Oh, that got Boosh up. Nice. Lucy Jazz.
Oh,
Oh, this is
Do you know the song?
Oh, is that
was
Caroline?
that supposed to be?
Nah, close. Rose.
Okay, wait, no, don't say it. Keep playing.
Ah,
I didn't hear you if you said it.
I
I
didn't.
thought
Say
it was that. It was the right at the end. It was
Oh, I
like
thought he was making
Caroline. Who is that?
Oh, did you
Outcast?
get it right?
No.
Yeah. Oh, you did
you
get
did.
it. Yeah. I'm sorry. You did get it.
Wait, you
Back
said
here.
no. Is that song called Caroline?
It's called Roses, and that is
Roses,
all I
yeah,
can play
yeah,
of it
It's the
because
Outcast
I
song.
just think it's
Play
like
the
such a
piano.
sexy
Yeah.
little.
Sachin got
Thanks,
it,
guys.
too.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sachin screaming it at us.
All right, we're gonna jump to Tasya Teles.
Oh, Sarah's
Oh, nice.
That's at 47. Real quick, what is your binge go-to show right now? What are you either redoing or jumping into that you hadn't done before?
Right now I'm watching Vikings. Very good
Vikings.
show. Vikings is a
That's
very
been
good
new,
show. Very well done. I worked with in the summer.
Amazon.
I worked with the lead of the show, whatever her name is. She made a lasting impression. She's
Yeah,
super cool.
huge
She was like, "Yeah, you should check it out." We're in like
my
six,
favorite
season
actress
6 or
is
something.
what's her name?
Love her.
Love her work though.
Great.
She
Yes,
was that thing.
she's in the
Okay,
thing
so
with
Vikings.
in
Vikings,
Vikings
you
and Blue
recommend
Assassins
Vikings.
as well. I think she just finished in
Oh,
the summer.
Assassins.
But I'm really enjoying that. I'm only on like beginning of season 3 right now.
Right.
Very good. And a movie, when I was listening to the music, it reminded me of and like talking to you guys about how we used to listen to music. It reminded me of that scene in Dazed and Confused, which is like it's an amazing movie, where the kid they go to like the moon tower for the party, and the kid comes home in the morning, and his mom was like, "You been drinking all night?" And he's like, "No, whatever." And he's like, and he like closes his bedroom door and like puts on an 8-track and like puts his headphones on and like just like listens to like
What song?
what was
Does
it?
anyone know what song? I remember the scene. I won't remember the song.
Yeah, I can think of it. I can't think
You
of
did
it.
a really good impression of that kid. That was kind of.
I always remember him doing that. I'm like, that is
Never
such a
seen him
good
again.
drunk kid to their mom reaction.
Right.
No. And then he does
I don't
this.
think he ever worked again after that movie.
Really?
I don't know.
That
I
kid?
mean, if that's the only movie you ever worked on, like,
like it's probably
Fair.
bad.
pretty good.
So that's your movie recommendation, and
I would say, yeah. If you,
Okay.
you know, when was the last time you guys watched Dazed and Confused?
it's
It's
actually
been
been a while. We could
it's been
probably do
years.
that.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time to do it though now.
Exactly. Dazed and
All
Confused,
right, Adam
or
Burrows.
like Back to the Future. Always a good choice.
Okay.
I did all
Yes,
three
that's-
of them
that's what I would recommend then.
a couple years ago.
You were, yeah.
Nice.
I redid the 3.
That's good.
Nice.
They're good. They hung up.
Good you hold up.
That's good. Okay, well, I'll let you guys get to
Thank
test
you,
it.
buddy.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
That's
This was
number
fun.
2, and you played a song. Boy, Tasya,
Really
no
nice.
pressure.
No pressure. Task.
Tassia's got some big shoes to fill. Also, have you
Yeah.
spoken to Jared? Is he going to be on the show?
Jared
Jared
is
will.
going to be on the show. Jared's going to be
Sick.
on the show this Saturday.
Props to
guys.
Jared.
Yeah, nice. Sweet, sweet shirt.
Did you like your
Like,
Did you like your intro song?
I did.
Knows what it
You
is.
got
Adam
a
song by
intro
Blink?
song for me?
It was.
It's the
You,
same.
Was it like Blink-182?
have you ever heard that song?
Yeah, I like that song.
Well, it's about suicide, so it's not a song that's for you in particular. It just has your name in it.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You're good. I'm good.
All right, that was dark.
Okay. Adam's song. We're gonna play because that's the only thing that we could.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
don't know. Something with beards or red hair. And I don't even have a song for Tasya. Hold on, let me.
Oh no.
Here, I've got a song to play you out.
Oh, well. Hold on, though.
I like that that I got to like jump the line instead of Tasya being second. I was told I was going to be third. But, oh yeah.
All right, buddy.
Bye guys. Bye everyone. Stay healthy. Oh, that's fair.
What is this for Adam?
I just like the song. It's not like it's not.
Hold on, I don't have one for Tasya.
This is a good one to bring her into.
Yeah, bring it right in. Where is she? Hey, let's stop. All right, well, we're going to bring in Tasya, but she left the room. That was Adam Burrows. He works in the 100. That was pretty good. We got another song. We are 2 for 2 on kids playing the pianos today.
Not bad.
That's a lot of pressure on anyone else who comes in. Tasya's next. We had Jason in the room. We also had Dickie and Sachin and Luisa, I saw, and
Oh, apparently there's white wine up on the deck. I have one bottle washed in freezer up here for my mom. So just an update for anyone.
and Sarah. Is that Sarah from the show?
Sarah's here.
Sarah's going to be a guest in the show.
Sarah's gonna be on the show next week.
Real quick, here's while we're waiting for Tasya, tomorrow's guest.
Yeah, we can tell you tomorrow's guest now.
Tomorrow's guest. Wait, who is tomorrow? Where's the? Remember we changed it though.
And Joe.
I don't know Joe's name. Joe
Joe's
Garfien.
in here, I think.
Joe Garfien, and then Chantel. Let me make sure I'm saying her name right.
We're really good at knowing our friends / guests' names. Oh, look who's here.
Van Santen,
Yeah, star of the boys.
star of the boys, and
Oh, hey! We did it, guys. We did it.
Welcome to the show.
guest numero tres,
Numero tres.
Tasya Teles.
How
First
you
question:
doing?
How are you? How are you feeling? How is life?
You know, guys, life is good. I got a full pack of toilet paper
Great. You're keeping it close to you.
at all times.
You're
Locking
got it
doors.
You on the couch.
Watching TV with my toilet paper.
Look at that hair. Hair.
Yeah, what I'm saying?
Look at that hair. That's some good looking.
How about
hair.
this one? There we go.
Ooh,
Very nice.
the other side. Very nice.
Very
Wow.
nice. That length of hair is working
That
for you.
works for you. Yeah.
Thanks.
It does.
Looks nice.
You should try it, Jess. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I did. It doesn't actually work. It just kind of like falls, and then I had bangs at the time, and it was like a lot
Yeah,
of it.
the bangs are no bueno. Like those aren't. No.
Well, but that's kind of ooh.
Mm.
That's something though. Yeah.
I went for a hike today.
Okay, tell us about that experience.
So everything is closed. So I decided, like, okay, I guess I'll go hiking. And it was gorgeous, and it was amazing. There's so many people out there, and I just kept thinking to myself, I was like, how close am I allowed to get to everybody?
6 feet.
And I was I know.
Unless you sneeze or someone sneezes and then run.
Yeah, if someone sneezes, you should go stop, drop, and
Yeah,
roll
get
the
10
fuck out of
feet
there.
away. I don't think you should even drop. I think you
Just
should
roll the fuck hard away.
I'm just dropping and
Because
rolling.
the sneeze is going to start here.
No, stop. Just drop and roll.
Drop and roll.
Rock and
Right
roll.
away.
Because it's falling downward.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Hot
Don't
tips.
run this
Hot
way.
Tips, guys.
Don't run this way.
Get low.
Get
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
So many songs, guys. So I ran into Lindsay, who I initially was supposed to go on the hike with. And then there's no reception up there, so we couldn't connect or whatever. But I'm like, you know, going for a little jog. And then I run into her and Sean, her man, who literally like ran away and then stood on like a stump. And I was like,
Oh, I like
Hey.
this guy.
I like
He's
your
got his
stump.
I like
priorities.
this guy. Yeah.
Right?
He's got the code for distancing down. Physical
He
distancing.
does. He sure does. And so we took a
I like that he
photo.
left Lindsay, though. He, like, left her in the dust. He was like, I'm out! And, like,
Yeah,
up on the
technically,
rock.
he's
Well, he has
going
to
to
get
get it
back
from
in the
her.
car with her, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
And so he was basically saying he reinstilled the fear of God in me about this whole virus thing. Like, apparently I've been a little too lackadaisical about it all. And, like, I'm not, like, licking doorknobs or anything, but I'm definitely not.
Like they normally are.
Like I normally do.
Right.
It's a habit that's hard to break. But, you know, I would occasionally, like, you know, out of habit, give hugs. Or, like, I saw Adam yesterday and went in for a big huggaroo. And that's,
Did he allow the
With
hug?
that beard?
I know. It
I
was.
mean, if
a-
he sneezes, that doesn't even get to the ground. It just, like, buries itself in here.
Although
Well,
his beard looked clean, though. It was
It
clean
did
and
look
short.
clean. It did look clean.
Actually, I was like, no, maybe we shouldn't hug. And he's like, oh, I don't care about that. Get in here. And I was like, okay. I do love a.
Jason said there was too many hugs at rap. Yeah.
There was too many hugs at rap. It's like how. I don't know.
It's hard not to,
That's
though.
It's hard not to.
When you're saying goodbye at the end of the show. Oh, Adam's still here. Okay.
Oh.
So we shouldn't talk about his beard.
Oh, well done. But you said it really well, Jess, the other day, like when I was driving home, and it was like the day I think Richard, a couple of the cast got wrapped out. And it was just like a particularly dreary day weather-wise. It was like windy and cloudy, and it felt kind of like a Western movie. It was very dusty outside. And I was driving home, and I was like just struck with so much sadness. And I was like, oh my God, the world's coming to an end, but even worse. I don't get to see everybody every day. Like this, you know, we're done filming now. It's actually arrived. And you said, you know, the pandemic, the coronavirus thing is really making like the immediacy of the show and the ending feel so much stronger, because otherwise we'd, you know, be able to go for dinners or go for hikes and hug each other and not, you know, run away from each other. But we're all,
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this.
I was just about to say, so thank you for doing this. So now we can hang.
Yeah.
That's
we're
why
still
we're
here.
doing this show.
We're
To
still here.
bring
Me.
a little bit of
A toilet
connection,
paper.
normalcy.
Just to show who has all the toilet paper.
We're all hanging.
You
The four,
only have one package. That's why you're keeping it so close.
the four of us.
Yeah. We're good.
That would last me a week.
Doubles
So
as a
you're
stool.
doing good. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's different too. You guys finished the show right as this was happening, which in some ways, I was saying this. It's good you guys finished right before, because now the show is done. It's in the can, and now it can be worked on.
It
And
can be aired.
you know, a lot of shows we're doing For All Mankind. We had 3 weeks left, and now we're shut down.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for especially with the series finale, final season. I think we're going to need something to watch in May for sure and onwards. So
Yeah.
100.
we'll rock the. I was saying to Jess, if I had a show that was coming out and I had it all done, I would drop it sooner, just because so many people are sitting in their, you know, you could really run.
If it was like a Netflix where they do all 10.
Oh,
like,
right,
and they're
yeah,
ready,
true.
Because like the finale just got shot.
Yeah.
Days ago.
I wasn't talking about the 100. I still prefer week to
Lenny's
week
just upset
viewing.
because Pearl Jam has a new record that's dropping in 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
he's been tweeting it
It's a week now.
every day, saying that they should probably drop it
Yeah, drop it
earlier.
early.
Like that would make
Drop it
any
early.
difference. It'll be nice. You'll probably
Oh, I guess we know that now.
Yeah.
Well, do we need music?
We'll just tell her to come back.
She'll probably just come right back in. Sorry about that. I'm guessing.
Too long.
Is it an hour limit?
I think so. Yeah, makes sense.
Seems like maybe we hit. Oh, here you go, Tass. It seems like maybe there's a.
Come on back, everybody. Come on back. It's okay.
It seems like maybe there's a.
Well, now we know. We have an hour-long show. We're going way over today. But
They don't even give you a little drop in.
I know. That was frightening.
I was feeling a little upset, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
We just looked down and half the
So
toilet
there's an
paper's
hour
missing.
limit.
It's just,
Yeah, half the toilet paper's gone, and I got fired off the show. They just said, "Thanks for watching," and I was like,
We were done with you.
"We didn't even have the song picked out for me."
As a guest.
Anyway, so you wrapped up the 100. How are you feeling about your? How many years were you on the show? What? You know, we were talking to Luisa about it. When you start something like that, you don't know how long you're going to be on it. Like if you're a smaller part, it'd be
Like
bigger.
Luisa was supposed to be one episode in the desert and then maybe recurring. Mine was the same. I was supposed to die after like the first episode. There was the potential of it, potential maybe not. But was really only supposed to come on and do one, maybe two max. And then 5 years of your life happens. And you're like, you know, the things that you go through. I was in like an awful relationship that I got out of while I was on that show. Then like went around the world with you guys and was like, you know, partying and had the time of my life. And then met Lenny on the show, got married. Like it was so crazy. Here's the guy. So many things happened. Like found a new career and all of that. There's so much that can happen in that amount of time. You started season 3?
2.
2. Also 2.
Get it right.
Okay. They meshed together for me. Because 2, and then you came back like big time.
Well,
right?
they brought me in season 2, and I was in the cages. And I remember like my first episode, I was hanging upside down. Or I was not hanging upside down. Bob was hanging upside down, and I was sitting in a cage. And I remember just thinking, like, this is really surreal. Like, what is happening? It was a really intense scene for my first scene on the show. Like, it was in a... Hi, Jason. It was just, you know, it was wintertime. It was cold. Like, I was barely, like, wearing anything except for that gauze kind of stuff. And then they brought me in for 2 episodes at the very, very end of season 2. And then in season 3, they brought me in 1 episode at the very beginning. So I was like, there was not really any sense of like what was going on with my character. I was like, okay, are they going to build something? But then I didn't hear from them for like 16 episodes basically after that. Well, I was like, okay, cool. I didn't die. I didn't die. I was like, so maybe I could come back. And then like, and then season 4, I came back as like the big bad, and that was so much fun. It was the best. Yeah. And then I just like fought to stay on this show because I remember like when I read episode 404 and it said that like Echo, and this is how it was actually written in the script, very accidentally stabbed Octavia, right? That's how Jason writes. Very accidentally. You know, after I saw that scene was written, I was like, well, I'm done. I was like, it's been a nice few episodes, but after that scene, I was like, for sure, I'm done.
I wish you would move more.
What?
I wish you would move
said,
around more.
I wish you would move more. I love it. We're getting like a whole.
We're seeing the inside of your brain.
Like,
do you guys?
Your brain is all the time.
Your Google Maps.
That's because there's so much happening, like so much laundry and toilet paper. I don't know.
So much going on.
I don't have
congratulations.
Thanks,
yeah,
Lenny.
you hung on there. A lot of
yeah, and then you rocked through.
Yeah, buddy. Whoops. Toilet paper doesn't make a great seat. What can I say?
Let's sit still for 2 seconds.
You sit still for 2 seconds.
I have been.
I like it. I like the constant movement around the house. We're getting to see every little Excellent.
How are you feeling about the world as it is right now, this reality? What are you doing?
What are
you went
you
hiking
doing?
today. What are you doing to
We're trying to give people
exercise,
tips.
meditation?
In the morning.
You're doing what?
Jessica didn't like that. I'm doing Spanish classes in the morning.
Are you really doing Spanish classes?
Yeah.
You're learning Spanish?
Yeah.
I feel like we're being kind of lazy.
I've
written this
Spanish.
entire incredible show that we're currently on.
This is
upper
scripted.
game. I want to learn something maybe while we're doing this. All right, so Spanish. What else?
I'm reorganizing my place as I always am.
Oh,
you're upside down. Ooh, that's fun.
No, is everything upside down?
Yeah, I think
No.
It's just gonna have to be.
We have to
We
charge.
went so long on our show today.
Oh, all right,
It's
this
gonna be
works.
sideways today.
We're going sideways because we need to charge. It's gonna the battery.
On your side?
There we go.
We should have charged up more. Oh no, she's frozen.
Oh no.
Technical
Guys.
difficulties in the third guest area.
Yes. Oh.
There we go.
All right, so Spanish. You're learning Spanish.
Yes.
When you say
I already know
are you
Spanish.
saying-
Like, I speak Portuguese, right? But so they're very similar, but yeah, anyway, so I'm just focusing on Spanish right now.
When you say classes, what do you mean? Like you're doing an online
App.
Every morning?
Like flashcards. And I also do what's it called?
That's cool.
Rosetta Stone, stuff like that.
Any particular reason Spanish, or you just?
Well, because my mom lives there, and I have a place in Mexico, and I go.
Oh right, yeah, it'll make it
pretty
easier.
How
Okay.
many? That'll be. You speak French and Portuguese, and now you're learning Spanish. So this will be your fourth language. Jason's leaving us.
All right,
Bye,
so
Jason.
Jason
Bye,
is
boss.
going to do the show. We'll have our booker call you. Jason, we'll have our booker get in touch.
Call Jason. That'll be a big. That's a big episode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of questions.
Am I allowed to come to your guys' house?
No. That's the
No.
whole point.
Smokes
I don't
won't
know.
let you. Smokes won't let you.
That's the whole thing.
Smokes won't let you.
I don't think so.
So she's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But how does that work? I mean,
Well, see that we've been discussing that. We talked about that with Morgan as well. She was like, "I'm gonna go crazy if I just have to stay in my house with my husband for the next forever." How
With
long
Angus.
with Angus? So she's like, "How long do I have to stay quarantined until we're allowed to go to each other's houses?" And my thoughts are like, if you're isolated for 2 weeks. In theory, you'd think that you could then go to someone else's house who's also been isolated for 2 weeks.
Yeah, right?
If everyone's being diligent
Yeah,
about it.
or-
But then there's the thing that, like, some people don't show symptoms. So they might
right. Or
be
just come
curing.
over and be outside. You like sit in the
And just
back
talk
and
to
have a
guys.
drink. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. The other day I stopped to drop some stuff off. I dropped some food off to Rhiannon and Kaylin's house because both of them were still working at the time. And so they came into the backyard and we sat in the backyard and had a glass of wine, the three of us, like 6 feet
6
apart.
feet
from-
away.
Yeah, it was like, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're in uncharted territory, and as the weeks turn into months, possibly we'll know more and more what is the right thing to do, what isn't, and what are the. I think in the beginning you definitely just want to stick to the safest routine possible and not have it be spreading, and then over time we'll get more guidelines of what is the most common sense and smart things to do. But if you stay outside, like we met up and went for a hike, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
reasonable, right?
Apparently, so Lindsay was saying that, so Sean just arrived from LA last night or something. He drove here, and they're both wearing masks in the apartment.
Because he just got here.
Got here. And yet, but like when they were outside, they were saying like the UV rays or something are kill bacteria. Don't know if they kill viruses, but they seemed fine. I'm not entirely sure what that's about.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I have no idea.
I
I
don't
don't
either, but that was some other information.
Did he fly up?
No, he drove.
Okay.
I drove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The best.
Driving, I mean, you have much more control of your interactions driving, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a gas station here and there. I did one night in a hotel, which even that I was like,
Yeah.
And so he got up just in time then.
Before they
closed.
closed, did they actually close the
They
borders?
closed it today.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, or they're at least. Yeah, no, today. Yeah, because now you're only allowed to go across if it's like, I forget what the wording
It's
that they're using.
special
But
circumstances.
basically,
Yeah.
like if you're a truck that's bringing food into the country, like
If you're a truck.
like you specifically are an actual literal truck.
Yeah.
Only things that are like shipping and stuff like that. Otherwise, no, they're not. You're literally not allowed to go in and out, from what I understand, of the country anymore.
Well, because we were filming where there's no reception the last little while, doing the pickups and stuff, like every time I came back to reception, I was like, it hasn't really hit me like what's going on yet, is my point. You know what I mean? Because I haven't, like, this is my first few days actually, like, you know, being like, oh wait, wow, like watching the news and catching up with everything and and so I think moving forward, I'm definitely going to be quarantining myself more. I have, a concept for
Non-essential travel. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, non-essential. But, I'm thinking about maybe doing, the after show.
Yeah.
To,
Do the after show.
I'm going to call it quarantine
Excellent.
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
or something.
I like that. Let's fire through some questions.
Do it.
Oh, these are fan questions. Anna asked, think if this stops at some point, she's supposed to come to Vancouver this summer. Do we have any Vancouver recommendations for Anna?
Definitely. I would say sunset, biking around Stanley Park.
Good one.
Nice
That's
one.
a good one, right?
Yeah.
I would say Granville Island on a Saturday or Sunday.
Good
Yeah.
one.
Anna, Granville Island.
Right? And then I would say, pizza at the parlor is a nice time, but I'm biased.
Yes, it is.
Plug.
It is a nice time.
Right, plug. And then I guess, like, what would you guys say? Like, hang around Gastown is fun.
Paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding's nice.
Spanish Banks paddleboarding. That was pretty good.
The drive.
Going to the
was
beach.
Beautiful.
Oh, Whistler in the summer is
Whistler,
great.
yeah,
Beautiful.
definitely.
Some lakes and stuff up there, hiking.
Those are good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of good ones.
Shadowing. Did you shadow
yeah.
this year?
Julie asked Tasya, what was it like shadowing for directing, and how do you feel about directing maybe in the future?
What I found the most interesting about shadowing, I shadowed Amanda Rowe, who is amazing, and we had such a great time talking. But it was interesting, and I don't know how you feel about this. It was interesting thinking about, it was a different kind of storytelling. Like, it was.
Frozen. Oh no. Are we frozen, or is just she frozen?
Oh,
I ordered food, and the DoorDasher is here. And
Oh. You want to go get it?
I don't know what just happened. I tried to buzz them in. Let me see if I can get my iPad.
Guys, it's a live show. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But yeah, there was a different way of telling the story. In a sense, it was more broad because you're covering like the entirety of the show and the tone of the show. But also, I was amazed by the specificity at which things were thought about and decided. And
Oh yeah.
DoorDasher calling.
DoorDash again.
DoorDasher's calling.
She should probably get that if she wants her food.
Yeah, and then she should disinfect it.
Oh God.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I don't even know what part we cut out. So
You were talking about the
specificity
of like the details and stuff that when you're in those meetings and talking to those people.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what I learned too when I was shadowing. There's so much, every little tiny thing is discussed and gone over by a multitude of people, whereas you don't necessarily know that. You think like, oh, that was just like, that just happened, or there was just that detail. Like, no, every little thing is really gone over. Even when you do that, you'll still miss things. Like, we all still miss things. But yeah, no, it's interesting how detailed the process actually is.
It's probably good to do that as an actor, even if you're not going to, because you realize all the little things you're doing as an actor where you're like, oh, I can change this line here, or if I'm doing this and this, you realize the importance of continuity and everything else. But do you have to go get your food?
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. So that was fun. And then whether or not I'm going to direct in the future, I think like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like Amanda said something really interesting, which was that, you know, you can just use your phone. You don't have to have a full camera setup and all the lighting and all the gear and all the bells and whistles to do something interesting and exciting in, you know, storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in this day and age, there's so many things you can do with the phone and apps and setups. Yeah, you can start. A friend of mine has a daughter who's 14 or 15, and he called the other day and said she wants to get into the industry. And I was like, oh, I assumed acting and whatever. And he's like, no, she wants to be a director. And I found that so interesting at that age. And he's like, do you have any advice?
Because it's a girl.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'll have Jess talk to her. But, you know, start creating yourself. Start at home. There's so many things you can do on your phone. Really start to learn that, and maybe, you know, start writing your own things and maybe filming them. And then you can get yourself, and then obviously go to school for directing.
Yeah, for sure. And storytelling, and like any way you can learn. There's so many different ways people can process and understand, you know, how to come upon storytelling. But
right.
But yeah, I look forward to it, and I think like I might be more of like a documentarian type of person, you know, like I like.
Yeah.
That works.
That works. Your mind works in that way as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your go-to binge watching show that you're either going back to during this, or that you're starting new that you hadn't watched before?
Peaky Blinders for sure is always.
Going back or starting new?
Well, I've watched the first 2 seasons like 3 times, and now I haven't actually finished it yet. So like every time I like start at, that's the problem, is I have this thing where I have to like start at the beginning and then like watch everything through.
To get your brain back into it.
Yeah, it occurred to me that I actually need to finish Narcos. So that's going to be back on the list. I'm excited about going into The Patriot.
Oh, so good.
So good.
I know. So
we're gonna try and get Michael Dorman on here.
Yes, please.
Yes, we actually have some of the Narcos.
He doesn't know that yet.
That are coming up.
Yes, Michael Pena will be on the show Friday.
That's right.
Star of
So
Narcos.
I'm definitely gonna come over on Friday, and I will just be in the window.
Yeah.
Did you growl at me?
Oh, growl! He just loves Michael Pena, and he's like, "Bitch, no, I'm the only third party here."
He won't be in this actual house. He'll be in. I think he's in Florida.
East Coast or something.
Yeah, we have some good people who are gonna pop in.
Boosh heard you might come to the window, and he growled.
So Peaky.
So I'm a shoo-in.
Peaky and Narcos.
Peaky, Narcos. Tasya's also
Patriot.
starting The Office for the first time ever.
Wow. You should do a whole.
Welcome to real life.
You should do a whole show about watching The Office for the first time.
You should.
Talk about it.
I should.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think I'm like 4 episodes in, and it's just killing me. It's amazing.
Well, the first season isn't even that good either.
That's true.
The second season's actually
that's
when it really
kicks
gets
off.
going. The
Yeah.
first season's okay because
it's
they're
kind of
still
just
following the British original.
Yeah.
The second season, it takes off. It's so much better in the second season.
Yeah,
I mean,
once they did their own, because the British one's amazing in its own, but they were doing it like word for word, and that was fine, but they needed their own deal.
Right.
I didn't know that.
I
I actually started watching The
videos.
Good Place again today, or actually yesterday.
Yes, I need to.
And
I would like
then-
to Tasya's show about her watching The Office.
Yeah. Would anyone else out there like to see play-by-plays or a video show of Tasya discussing The Office? Yes.
I'm going to start. What is this? The first time too. Oh, Sarah.
You'll have to. You and Sarah can. She apparently hasn't seen The Office either. Wait, there's two of you out there, and you know each other. That's insane.
You should watch it together and do a
You
two-person
should
show.
do a two-person show discussing.
Like this. Oh my God, I would watch that.
You should do a live feed. Here comes the video. You should do a live feed of you two watching episodes together. Like,
Should we start over?
Yeah, you should start together. Or
Netflix. Apparently, Netflix has a thing where you can sync up to your friends, and there's a chat going on.
Oh.
To when you're watching shows. I don't know how real or true that is.
Do that. The world wants.
Sorry,
that.
I'm trying to fix. I have this like amazing necklace that I just ordered. I don't know if you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
What does it say? Is it
Glamping?
It says glamping?
No, lamping.
Lamping. What is lamping? Yep. Just lamping?
Lamping around.
Lamping is like relaxing. It's being chill. It's being cool. It's just, taking a load off.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, so we're going to ask you your relaxation tips.
Yeah.
And then one of them was lamping.
One of them is...
One of them is to lamp. Yeah.
Do you, music? Does Tassie have any musical skills or ability? We've had 2 piano players today.
Yeah.
Which was unexpected.
Didn't say
Don't feel pressure too. It's not. I'm being serious, but.
I mean, I could play the piano.
Oh my God! Let's do this.
3 for 3.
Why does everyone have a damn
Everyone
piano?
has a piano. They know how to play.
Ooh, you're like an oldie piano.
Right.
I do. Ivory. Don't tell anyone.
Is everyone on the show gonna have to play the piano?
I don't know. I don't know how to even. Well, it's gonna be tough, you guys.
Well, just see what you can do.
Uh-oh.
Worry less about that and just the sound.
Okay, you guys can look at that. I only know this one.
It'd be so great if she did that and then just hit replay and thing.
Oops.
What?
I haven't played this in so long. Anyways,
Really nice.
that's my
Really nice.
contribution.
3 for 3 pianos.
Thank you.
Know where your food is? Did you just have them leave it outside or
What?
your DoorDash?
You ordered DoorDash.
Yeah, it's at the front.
Oh.
Oh, they just left it at the door. Okay, got it. Good.
All right.
That's a good idea, probably. Then you can just spray it down with Lysol.
Exactly.
Okay, so you recommended us shows. What is your favorite all-time movie?
Or your go-to movie for
Or your
this.
go-to?
All-time favorite is Princess Bride.
Oh, good call.
Good one.
I'm gonna go to. I mean, I don't know. I'm staying with
One
that.
that you would watch right now that would make you feel cozy. Probably Princess Bride. Then.
Yeah. Or Love Actually is I don't know, that one always. I love that one.
Yeah.
That's more of a Christmas time one though, but.
Still, apparently people are putting back up their Christmas lights right now.
Really?
This is something to do. And just Christmas in March, that was on, and people are putting Christmas lights on because it's just nice.
And then all those people who
we should
never
decorate
take them
pumpkins.
Oh, there you
down,
go.
all those people that never take their lights down are like, hells yeah! I'm gonna tell you,
Finally.
we did pumpkins not this most recent Halloween, but 2 Halloweens ago. That's a lot of work.
Doing pumpkins?
Remember we carved pumpkins at the what's her name's house?
Yeah.
It's a lot of mess and work.
Yeah.
It was a messy deal.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
I do. I'm surprised that you're surprised by that.
I don't know.
You didn't
It's just,
know that was.
I enjoy doing it at someone else's house.
Tassia every year at the parlor, they throw a pumpkin carving event.
They have a contest?
Yeah.
Is it a contest? Okay, yeah.
It's a
You
contest.
go-
Contest.
It's awesome. You go and have pizza and drinks, and you carve pumpkins on all the tables.
Yeah, and there's pumpkins everywhere, and you should see what people come up with.
I would check it. We'll be here in October because we're never leaving. So
Well, get a
Also,
small
kids, we
pumpkin.
don't want to, but-
yeah.
Every year I forget how much work it is, and so every year I always try to do these really ornate things, and they always end up looking horrific.
It's a lot.
But anyways, But the rule of thumb is sharing a pumpkin. So like one person can
We
empty
did it
it.
together. Oh no, we didn't.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a lot of
So
work
then
for
you
me.
can tap in and out.
Yeah.
It gets tiring after
Yeah.
a while. You just want to like sit back and have a drink for a minute.
Totally.
Ooh,
Next question.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That's it?
What do you miss most about real life? Like life before this?
I think she's just getting into this life. It's so new still, right?
It's true.
So new, guys.
True.
How long have you been doing this?
Months.
No. Jess has been doing this in her mind for years.
I'm a bit of a survivalist. I'm a bit of like an end of time.
Oh!
Prepper. Oh yeah.
This just came to the house
Right.
2 weeks ago, but was ordered before all this broke. This is a survival pack.
Yeah,
It
so
has a
it's-
knife. It has water, food, a little stove.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
I mean, this is what I drove up across the border
Yeah,
with.
I have like lanterns and shit.
Yeah. Jess is locked in and ready for this.
I've always kind of felt a little.
So yeah.
But I started quarantining or self-quarantining on Friday after we wrapped because I finished on Thursday. So
Right.
And then so how many times have you left?
I've left actually 3 times now, so almost every day. To go, but I go out in like a ridiculous outfit. I wear a long, like
Gloves.
I wear like a long jacket, floor-length jacket with a scarf and a toque, and I wear gloves. And when I go to the store and I leave the store, I take the gloves off and put them in a plastic bag. Put on new gloves before I go to any other store. I like don't touch anything. I hand sanitize everything. When I get back, I put the gloves into. I wash them to reuse them. I have extra if anyone wants them. They were given to me the other day, but yes, I will bring you some latex gloves. But then they were put. I got them from Yasmin actually. Gave them to me. She had them on her truck. So then I put them in the backyard. I put new gloves on, Lysol every single thing that I purchased individually, set it outside, then put new gloves or like wash those gloves, do that, take them, bring them inside, put them away, clean the entire kitchen or everywhere that I've just been, take all the clothing off and put it into the washer. Then I get in the shower and do a full body wash, come back out and re-clean. Yeah.
This is why I never want to leave the house. And I did it for the first time the other day with her, and I was like,
She's gonna do that to you if you leave the
I'm
house.
never leaving the house again.
Like spraying him down. Oh, the
You're gonna be
jacket's
sprayed down and hosed down and have to wait outside for a day.
This whole thing is so much work.
Right?
And it is someone just that is way over the top. Probably.
It is,
but
but
I'm also very.
that's your thing, though.
Yes, but I'm also like super immune compromised. When someone gets like a sniffly cold, I'll catch it. End up so severely sick that
That's
I'll
true.
end up with pneumonia. Like I end up like hospital level
That's
sick
true.
from like
your
the
immune
common
system
cold.
is shit.
I have zero immune system, so for me, I have to take like extra precautions.
That's true.
And I force the people that are currently living with me to do the same so that they don't get it and then get me sick.
So do you think that we can
So-
hang out and like see people in 2-week cycles? Because one thing that like Lindsay's boyfriend said was that anyone that you haven't seen in the last 7 days or even the last few days, like don't see at all anymore. Like if you
Clear.
need to see someone like face to face, like keep it within the people that you've seen recently. Or like,
right, yeah.
but no new hangouts.
Right.
So do you think in 2 weeks we can hang out again?
Yeah.
I think so, but yes, I do. I think so, but I think it also has to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when this ends, right? Like, because it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, but you can
until
say the
we
2
have a
weeks, but you
vaccine.
you might not show symptoms anyway,
Yeah.
so you could have it, so it doesn't
Unless you haven't
necessarily
seen.
matter.
Yeah, my mom
I
was
think
saying
Go ahead.
there was a vaccine that came.
Being
They're
tested
testing it.
in
Yeah.
Seattle, right?
So apparently, like, it doesn't prevent it, but like one thing that I didn't know that she informed me, I think this is accurate, is that if you catch the virus, then you can lose a big part of your lung capacity for the
Oh.
rest of your life.
Oh,
So, and I was
right.
like,
So,
ooh,
right.
which I didn't
No.
know. I thought you could recover fully because I just didn't know, I don't know enough about this. But she said with this vaccine, like this Ebola vaccine, I guess she was saying, that it actually repairs. So if you get the virus, it's not, it doesn't I don't know, like prevent it, but it does cure the damage to your lungs. So that's exciting news.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyone who's ever had like pneumonia or anything, I mean, the lung stuff.
Yeah.
The lung stuff is tough to deal with.
Yeah, I think we can start. I mean, I think you're right. Like hikes and hanging out in the backyard and stuff like that. It's like probably not going in each other's homes where you like touch things and stuff. Probably safer. But yeah, a lot of FaceTimes. But I'm down for like going. Like we've been doing walks in the woods every day.
Nice. Yeah.
Going and doing that, and like I said, I stopped at the girls' house a few days ago and dropped stuff off, so I just sat in the backyard with them for a while. That seemed appropriate, you know. I think it's just you have to do what your level of comfort is as well, because a lot of people are quarantining by themselves. We have each other, so that's easy enough. But when people are alone, I think you want that, like going and seeing people, or you'll get really tired also for people that you're quarantined with.
Who are you quarantined with?
And the parents.
You guys and the parents.
Just the 4 right now.
And me on the other side of the window.
Tess, we're gonna
Hey, love you guys.
This is a 90-minute show.
Wow.
Yeah, we definitely only need 2 people from now on. Thanks for being in the first show ever.
Yay!
Fireside
Thank you for having
Chat.
me.
Thank you again to Luisa, Adam, Tasya. Tomorrow we have Chantel Van Santen from For All Mankind and The Boys and many other things. And then Joe
G. Actually, don't know how to pronounce Joe's last name properly. Joe
Garfin?
That sounds right.
Garfin. And then on Friday we have Michael Pena and who is Michael? Oh, John Bass.
John Bass.
Nice.
Friday is Michael Pena and John Bass. Michael Pena and John Bass. And then we got some more coming soon.
Cool, guys.
Thanks for being here, Toss.
Thanks for coming.
Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Love you. Enjoy your food.
We love you.
Bill.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
I will.
Yeah. All right, kids. That was our first show. Now, that was 90 minutes.
Yeah, so
About 30 too long.
probably went a little long.
But we got comfortable in talking, and we got
Yeah,
some
now we
piano
know.
stuff, and
Oh, we know.
now we'll know.
No, we'll just, 2
Well, we
guys.
should stay under an hour anyways because it shuts us off.
It shuts us right down.
So tomorrow we have 2 guests, Joe and Chantel. And then Friday we have John Bass and
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
We're just going to bring one last guest on to answer one fan question.
Oh, right,
for
right.
the end of the segment.
This is a
here.
super special moment, guys. This is a big moment.
Here we go.
Top seat. Is Jason out of the room?
Jason left, so we can spoil.
All
We
right.
can spoil. Season's up now.
Hold on. No, hold on. Okay. Harmon. Now,
There's the
Jason.
spoiler.
Jason's gone.
Yeah.
Right, and it's just us. How many people? 280, 290 people.
Close friends.
We brought Richard
290.
Harmon in. He's our final guest of the
296.
first show.
It's going up.
Yeah, just
We're just
crank
gonna
it.
take-
Welcome.
I have one random fan question. Jason's not in the room. We have about 700 or 800 people. We have a special Dickie Harmon, Richard Harmon interview. And the question is, what happens to Murphy at the end of the series? And you have to answer
You have to answer it.
I have to answer it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Great.
Fuck it.
Jason's not
Fuck
here.
it. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's
okay,
do
okay.
it. Here we go.
Okay.
Did it now, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
At
We should
the
stop.
very end
Yeah.
of the series, we find Murphy is going to be put